Recently, Indonesia has been giving Trump a lot to worry about. As Russia's economy is strained under sanctions, it held an economic forum, and the Indonesian president immediately rushed to discuss cooperation. They conducted joint military exercises, advanced nuclear power projects, and Indonesia even became the first G20 country to recognize Russia's control over Crimea. This year, it went further by investing $2 billion in oil and gas development with Russia, clearly adopting a win-win model of you produce, I purchase. Why is Indonesia deliberately going against the US? In fact, Trump previously imposed high tariffs on ASEAN. While Singapore was exempted, Indonesia also sought tariff reductions from the US. But was ignored. After all, in ASEAN, the US values Vietnam the most, partly because Vietnam has close ties with China, and partly because Vietnam has a huge trade surplus with the US. Looking at Indonesia again, its annual total trade with the US is only a little over $40 billion, with a surplus of around $16 billion, hardly a significant amount in America's eyes. What's more interesting is that Indonesia usually buys natural gas and chemical raw materials from the US. But now it has turned to purchasing natural gas from Russia. It should be noted that Australia, which is so close to Indonesia, exports huge amounts of natural gas and iron ore to Asia, with Japan and China being major customers of Australian natural gas. Why is Indonesia choosing to look far afield instead of going for the nearby option? In fact, Indonesia has a clever strategy in mind. With Russia currently facing economic difficulties, it has just reached a $200 billion cooperation deal with China, covering military technology and aerospace projects, and is planning to transfer technologies outward. Like India, Indonesia's weaponry has always been a melting pot of international makes. Seeing that Russia has advanced technologies available for cooperation, how could it not be tempted? By purchasing Russian oil and gas, it can incidentally exchange for military technology, a hugely cost-effective deal. Moreover, Indonesia's geographical location is crucial. To the west, it controls the Malacca Strait, with its territory separating Asia and Oceania. If it truly strengthens itself through military and technological cooperation while boosting its economy, it can not only assert its presence between the Indian Ocean and the northern/southern hemispheres but also transform its energy mix from coal to nuclear and natural gas power. No wonder Indonesia now dares to offend Trump. Cooperating with Russia not only undercuts US business but also brings tangible benefits. Indonesia has now realized that negotiating with the US yields no gains, so it's better to align with powers like Russia, which were previously hard to engage. As the largest economy and most populous country in ASEAN, endowed with rich mineral resources, its recent accession to the BRICS bloc, combined with its geographical advantages, signals the rise of a new force. For most nations, a multipolar world is nothing to fear. But the one likely most alarmed is the US, which has long sought to be the dominant power.